Matthias Steiner, a man of strength, not just in body, but in spirit. He made a promise to his wife Susan that he would win gold at the Olympics for her. But fate dealt a heartbreaking blow when she passed away just 1 year before the Beijing Games. Yet, even in the depths of his grief, Matthias found the will to keep his promise. And what did he do? He turned his sorrow into strength and lifted the world in her honor. This is the story of an Olympic champion whose heart was heavier than any weight he ever lifted. Matthias Steiner wasn't just any athlete. He was a man with an extraordinary love story, a promise, and a dream. He and Susan met, fell deeply in love, and shared the same dream, for Matthias to one day stand on the Olympic podium with a gold medal around his neck. Susan was his biggest supporter, the person who believed in him when he doubted himself. She was his rock. As a weightlifter, Matthias knew what it meant to carry heavy loads, but no weight could have prepared him for the devastating loss of his wife. In 2007, a tragic car accident took Susan's life, leaving Matthias broken. The love of his life was gone. But in the darkness of his grief, he found a light. That light was the promise he made to her. The promise to win gold at the Olympics. It wasn't easy. The weight of his grief was crushing. There were days when getting out of bed seemed like an impossible task. How could he continue to train, to push himself physically, when emotionally he was just shattered? But Matthias wasn't just lifting for himself anymore. He was lifting for Susan, for their shared dream, for the life they were supposed to have together. With every training session, he channeled his grief into power. The gym became his sanctuary, a place where he could focus all his pain and transform it into strength. He lifted like never before, each rep fueled by the memory of Susan's smile, her encouragement, and her unwavering belief in him. The journey to Beijing wasn't just about physical preparation. It was a mental and emotional battle. He had to push past the sorrow that threatened to weigh him down. But as the Olympics drew closer, Matthias knew deep in his heart that he couldn't let her down. This was his chance to keep his promise, to honor her memory in the most powerful way possible. When he arrived in Beijing, the weight of the world was on his shoulders. Not just the weight of the competition, but the weight of his promise. The Olympic stage was set, the world watching, and Matthias knew that this was his moment. In an emotional final at the 2008 Olympics, Steiner experienced the greatest success of his career. After a number of failures within the competition, unable to lift the same weight as his counterparts, Matthias had one final chance at glory. The final weight meant lifting a huge difference of 10 kilograms in order to claim gold. With incredible determination, Steiner made a clean jerk of 258 kilograms and a total lift of 461 kilograms. In achieving an outstanding performance, Steiner turned his tragic loss into the inspiration he needed to fulfill his promise to Susan, to become an Olympic gold medalist in Beijing. The world saw a man lifting incredible weights, but what they didn't see was the invisible weight of loss that he carried with him. The pain, the memories, the love. It all fueled him as he fought for every ounce of strength. As he stood on the podium, choking back tears and holding a photograph of Susan, Steiner took his place on the medalist's podium. Kissing the picture, Steiner accepted his gold medal, saying, "I managed to lift it because I had this strong innermost urge. I'm not the superstitious type. I don't believe in higher powers, but I hope she saw me. I wish." The world saw a champion, but Matthias saw something much deeper. He saw the fulfillment of a promise, a love that transcended life itself. The moment was more than just an Olympic victory. It was a testament to the power of love, of perseverance, of turning unimaginable loss into triumph. Matthias Steiner became an inspiration not just to athletes, but to anyone who has ever faced heartbreak, who has ever had to pick themselves up after life has knocked them down. His story became legendary. People around the world were moved by his incredible resilience, his ability to channel his pain into something beautiful. Matthias Steiner wasn't just a weightlifter. He was a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, we can rise. Matthias's journey didn't end with the gold medal. It was a new beginning, a life dedicated to inspiring others, to showing the world that love and loss are part of the human experience, but they don't have to define us. We can choose how we move forward. For Matthias, the gold medal wasn't just for him. It was for Susan, for their love, and for everyone who has ever faced the unbearable pain of losing someone dear. He proved that even in the face of tragedy, we can rise, we can fight, and we can win. Matthias Steiner's story is one of the most inspirational in Olympic history. He took the deepest pain imaginable and transformed it into triumph, proving that love and determination can push us to achieve the impossible. He kept a promise not just to Susan, but to himself and to everyone who believed in him. He showed us all that even in the darkest times, we can find a light, one that guides us to heights we never thought we could reach. His gold medal wasn't just a symbol of athletic achievement. It was a symbol of the human spirit's incredible capacity for resilience, love, and hope. As we look back on Matthias's journey, we're reminded that no matter what life throws at us, no matter how heavy the burden, we have the strength to carry on. We have the power to turn our pain into purpose, to fulfill our promises, and to achieve greatness.